Chapter 11. Moses said to the people, "Love the Lord our God and always obey his laws, his commandments, his orders." Think today about the greatness of God and what you have learned about his power and strength. It was you and not your children who saw and knew all of this. Remember the miracles and everything that the Lord God did in Egypt against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and against all that nation. You saw what God did to the army of the Egyptians, to their horses and war chariots, when they were chasing you. The Lord made the waters of the Red Sea cover and drown them, and that was the end of them forever. Then he will send rain at the right time, both the autumn and the spring rains. So there will be good harvests of grain, grapes, and olives, and there will be pastures for the cattle. You will have all the food you need, and the land will not produce harvests, and in a short time you will disappear from the good land that the Lord is giving you. Repeat these laws at home and outside, when you lie down and when you get up, and write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. Then you and your descendants will live many years in the land that the Lord God swore to give to our ancestors. All the land where you walk will be yours, from the desert in the south to the Lebanon mountains in the north, from the Euphrates River in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west. You will never be defeated, because the Lord our God will fulfill what he promised and will make all the peoples of that land be afraid of you. Remember these commandments and keep them in your heart. You will receive the blessing if you obey the laws of the Lord our God that I am giving you today. Or you will receive the curse if you do not obey his laws, but reject the commandments I am giving you today, and worship other gods that you did not know. When the Lord God brings you into the land you are going to possess, you will announce the blessing on Mount Gerizim and the curse on Mount Ebal. You saw what God did in the desert during the journey to this place, and also what he did to Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, from the tribe of Reuben. So obey all the laws that I am giving you. Love the Lord our God, follow all his commandments, and stay close to him. In front of everyone, the earth opened and swallowed the two, along with their families, tents, servants, and animals. Don't let your hearts be deceived. Don't turn away from God to worship and serve other gods. And you yourselves saw all the great miracles that the Lord God did. They are near the city of Gilgal. It's not far from the sacred trees of Moreh. Now you are going to cross the Jordan River and take possession of the land that the Lord our God is giving you. So, obey all the laws that I am giving you today, so that you may be strong and can invade the land where you are going and take possession of it. Then you will live many years in that good and rich land that the Lord God swore to give to our ancestors and to their descendants. But the land you are going to possess is a land of hills and valleys, where there is never a lack of rain. The Lord our God takes care of that land and never forgets it, from the beginning to the end of the year. The land that will be yours is not like Egypt, where you came from. There, after planting the seeds, you had to work hard to water the ground, like in a garden. Therefore, if you obey the laws that I am giving you today, and if you love the Lord our God and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, be careful. If you do that, God will become angry with you and will not send rain. Tie these laws on your arms and forehead so you won't forget them, and don't stop teaching them to your children. As long as the world exists, you will live in that land. If you do that, God will drive out all these nations, and you will take possession of land that belongs to peoples more numerous and more powerful than you. Today, I will let you choose whether you want blessing or curse. These two mountains are in the land of the Canaanites, to the west of the Jordan River, in the region of the Jordan Valley. So, after you invade the land and begin to live there, be careful to obey all the laws and commandments that I am giving you today. Chapter 12. Moses said to the people, "These are the laws and commandments that you must obey all the time you live in the land that the Lord, the God of our ancestors, is giving you. After you drive out the peoples of that land, completely destroy all the places where they worship their gods, whether on the mountains, on the hills, or under the shady trees. Tear down their altars, break the Baal pillars, cut down the idol poles, and burn all the images, so that no one will remember the gods of those peoples. Do not worship the Lord our God in the way those peoples worship their gods. In the territory of one of the tribes, the Lord God will choose the place where he will live and where the people will worship him. The 10th part of the animals and crops the contributions, and all the other offerings promised to God. But when you want to eat meat, you may eat your animals anywhere you live. You may eat as many animals as the Lord our God gives you. In the presence of the Lord our God, everyone will rejoice. You, your sons, but do not eat the blood of the animals. The blood must be poured out on the ground like water. There, in the presence of God, you will all eat the meat of the sacrifices. You, your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, and the Levites who live in the cities where you live. The sacrifices offered to God must not be eaten in the places where you live. And daughters, your male and female servants, and the Levites who live in the cities where you live. They will not receive land in Canaan as the other tribes will, so do not offer sacrifices in just any place. You want the Lord our God will destroy the peoples of the land you are going to invade, and it will be yours. Do not follow their religion or worship their gods, for that would be a deadly sin. Do not worship the Lord our God in the way those peoples worship their gods, for he hates and detests everything those peoples do in their religious meetings. Remember to take care of the Levites during all the time you live in that land. Obey this law and do what the Lord God thinks is right. Obey all the laws that I am giving you without adding or taking away anything. The Lord our God will fulfill his promise and increase your territory. But only in the place that the Lord God chooses in the territory of one of the tribes. There where you live, you may kill cows and sheep that God has given you and eat as much meat as you want, but do not eat the blood.
Life is in the blood.
And you must not eat meat with life. You have not yet entered the land that the Lord our God is giving you, the land where you will live in peace. The things dedicated to the Lord God and the promised offerings must be taken to the place he chooses. And there, on the altar of the Lord, the animals that are completely burned must be offered. When you cross the Jordan River and begin to live in the land that the Lord will give you, he will protect you from all enemies, and you will live in peace. Obey faithfully all these laws that I am giving you. You will go there and offer the animals that are burned on the altar, and also present other sacrifices. To this place you will bring the 10th part of the animals and crops, the contributions, the promised offerings, the voluntary offerings, and the firstborn of the cows and sheep. There, in the presence of the Lord our God, you and your families will eat the meat of the sacrifices and will rejoice because God has blessed all your work. Until now, everyone has done as they pleased, but when you arrive there, it won't be like that. Then our God will choose the place where he will be worshipped, and there you will take everything I am commanding, the animals that are burned on the altar and the other sacrifices. There you will offer sacrifices and do all the other things I have commanded. All of you, whether pure or impure, may eat them, just as you would eat meat from a gazelle or a deer. The 10th part of the grain, wine and oil, the firstborn of the cows and sheep, the promised offerings, the voluntary offerings, and any other offering, all of these sacrifices and offerings, you must eat only in the place that the Lord our God chooses. And everyone will rejoice because God has blessed all your work. Then you may eat meat whenever you want. And if you are far from the place the Lord has chosen for his worship, you may do what I have commanded. Everyone, both those who are pure and those who are impure, may eat the meat of these animals just as they would eat meat from a gazelle or a deer. Do not eat blood. Pour the blood on the ground like water. Then you and your descendants will be happy. Also offer the other animals in sacrifice. Pour the blood on the altar and eat the meat. Do everything that the Lord our God thinks is good and right. Then you and your descendants will be happy forever. Therefore, when you are living there, do not imitate those people. They even offer their sons and daughters to those gods to be burned in sacrifice on the altar.